Oh, goodness. It is always something. It is always.
Always.
So welcome. It's saying meeting is live now. So welcome everybody. My name is CiaraWimby and I am the CEO and founder of LIV You Nonprofit. And I'm also the physical wellness coach. Who else is here with me?
Hi, everyone. My name is Stephany, and I am the spiritual wellness coach.
And as Cicely, our absent partner today, spiritual wellness.
Yeah.
But we are missing our third partner in crime, Cicely, which is our mental wellness coach. So she is out and about enjoying her life, living her best life. So you have the two of us today. And today we're talking about connecting to nature or the environment through signs. That's what we're focusing on today. And as you know, we always come on here laughing all the time. And we always come on laughing because not that we're going to tell you the topic we were talking about.
No, we don't want to know that topic.
But we have these conversations that begin, we have a meeting prior to coming on live with you all. And so then we have our meeting and then it goes into other conversations. And so then we look up and it's like, oh my God, it's 11 o'clock. It's time to go live. And we're like in the middle of whatever the funny part of the story is. And then we're like, we got to stop. We got to go live. So,
Right.
there's so many conversations that are always taking place in life. So, Stephany.
Yes.
Refocusing our energy back here on the connecting to nature, environment, to signs. Yeah. What are some of the things that you notice in your day-to-day life that are signs that you feel are, coming from the environment, nature? I'm gonna throw in the word universe in there. Like, what are things that you find lets you know that you're connected more than just in a physical way, that you're connected in a holistic way to this wonderfulness that we're a part of?
Birds. And I'm not a bird person.
Oh, I can't wait till you tell that one bird story. I feel like it's coming.
I know. I have PTSD from it. I am not a bird person, but birds tend to come in my space at interesting times. I'm not going to say good or bad times, but it's definitely interesting times. Like I'm not expecting it or anything. And so
birds. I just thought of another one that you tell me about. I want to see if you'll bring that up, but go ahead with your bird.
I say so much.
Dragonfly, okay. You say those too. So
yes, dragonflies, butterflies, dragonflies, birds, and the wind. So the wind to me talks, and I know that may not sound normal for other people, but for those that understand, that you understand, well, you know.
Well, you know.
Right. So I feel like the wind whispers and it carries different messages and conversations from everywhere. It doesn't matter if you live in the United States, doesn't matter if you live in Brazil or if you live in Australia. The wind is universal. The wind has one sound and it makes one noise. And so when it makes a noise, it's imperative that you listen because it's carrying a message that you wanted to hear or a sign that you wanted to see. And so I can remember a time where it was really cold and I didn't realize it was cold. And then I walked outside and I was like, oh my God, the wind is so disrespectful. And so, because it'd be disrespectful, be real. I'm like, oh my God.
I'm from Chicago, the Windy City. I've been disrespected a lot of times in my life. So
and I had never experienced that. And so I'm like, oh my God, the wind is real disrespectful. Let me go back in the house. It's playing games. But I would get blown, like I would literally be blown a certain way, and I would see something that answered the question that I had originally asked. And so the question I didn't have to ask the question like the day before or the night before or whenever. It's just one of those questions that when you're kind of like at your wit's end of a situation and you're like, what do I do now? Where do I turn now? And I get that. I get my answers whenever it's really windy. So the wind carries a message. It's up to you to see it or not, or listen to it or not, but it can definitely give you the answers that you're looking for. And it can also give you the answers that you didn't even want to know, because if you don't want to know something, then don't look. But sometimes you need to know what it is. And so you'll get those messages too. You may not want to know the answers to them, but those are the answers that you need to move forward in life or take whatever next steps you need for the betterment of you. And so, oh, those birds. I tell the story of the bird.
I think you should. I mean, I'm gonna laugh through it, but I think you should because
She's always laughing at me about something. She's always laughing at me about
I tell
something.
her I'm not laughing at her, I'm laughing with her.
I don't believe that a lot of the time. I really don't. I think she's laughing at me.
I am laughing, but I'm laughing at you and with you. I'm both.
Right. I can laugh about this now, but at the time I was crying, I was praying, and I was talking to other things. And so, okay. So what was it? Like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, I wake up in the morning, my normal time, and nothing happens, do my little meditation, do my little bit of yoga maybe that morning. I don't remember exactly, but I definitely know I meditate. And I meditate in my living room and not necessarily in my room all the time. And so as the day goes on, and I think it's like 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning, I'm in my bathroom area, I'm doing my hair, brushing my teeth, getting ready for the day. And one of my girls comes in and she's like, and I ran. That's all I needed to hear. That's all she said. I just ran. And so I left my phone on the sink as well. Like I just ran and I'm hopping over things and I'm running. I'm like, what is wrong with you? Don't do that. And she's like, I seen something. I was like, okay, this is not the time to be playing about what you see. Please spit it out. What did you see? And she was like, it was a bird in my room, in my bathroom area. And I was like, what? Excuse me? And so we closed the room door. Well, at least I closed my room door because my girl's like, well, you got to keep that closed because we don't want to go in our room. And so I'm like, what the hell? Are you mean to tell me I got a bird in my room? And so I opened the door, and sure enough, it was a goddamn bird in my bathroom area. It just flapping around, and my phone is in this bathroom area. So I can't even get to my phone. And I know people are like, it's just a bird, but I don't do birds. There's certain people
in your house. So like, how did the bird get in the house?
I have no idea how the bird got into my house because I also have 2 sliding doors that opens up into the back. And there's a bunch of spiders out there. And we made an agreement already. Since it was a bunch of spiders out there and they're going to be the first line of defense for any insects or anything like that to come in the house. They did fail me. I was upset. I had to call, my maintenance, and I was like, y'all got to do something about this now. So I don't open my doors. So I don't even know how the bird even got in my house to begin with. But it was a little sparrow, and it was a little baby bird. But to me, it was a full-grown adult, and I need to call animal care and control today. And so I called Ciara, and I said, I left her voicemail, and I was like, oh my God, it's a bird in my house. It's a bird in my house. How did it get in my house? And I'm tripping out. So needless to say, to make the whole story short, the bird ended up leaving my house. I can tell that it was like kind of like injured. So I had to pay, some other kids to come and literally pay some other kids to get the bird, and we gave it back to the earth. Like I didn't throw it away or anything. We put it outside and around some trees and put some leaves on it and give it back to the earth. And so that's my little bird story and I had to Google and,
We
research
looked up
what.
what it was, what type of bird it was based off your
Right.
description, then what the spiritual meaning
Yes.
of sparrows is, because again, when we're seeing animal, insect, whatever nature signs,
Hmm.
I'm always one of those people are like, look up what the spiritual meaning of it is, because that's a message.
Yes, and it definitely was a message. I can't remember, so I'm looking it up now so I can see exactly what you know what? That's funny. It might come in handy at this particular time in my life. So that's funny. Um, so
There
yeah, so
are no
that's my.
coincidences. I don't believe in coincidences.
Yes, I
Everything
don't
happens
believe in
for a
coincidences
reason.
at all. I definitely don't believe in coincidences at all. I've seen too much, been through too much, done too much, know too much to believe that it was an accident. There's no such thing as a coincidence. So that was my little bird story. I have PTSD from it still.
Who said she got PTSD from a
I
birth?
do. I developed some trauma behind that. And I was like, from now on, I'm looking at all of my surroundings going in and out. And there's only my front door that opens. That's it. I'm not opening any other doors. I don't even open my windows. So I'm still trying to figure out how to do that. So I don't know how it came in. I didn't see it. I didn't hear it. I didn't anything. And I sleep in the dark. So I would have heard something in the dark because for me, if it's dark, I can hear, I can see a lot better than I can in when it's, light out. And it's just been like that for me since I was a kid, especially with the hearing. I can hear anything in the dark. If it's pitch black and I hear you walking, I can hear you breathing if it's pitch black. So that got by me. And when things get by me and I know for a fact that I can do it or I can sense it or I can see it and it gets past my senses, doesn't happen often. That's probably happened where things get past my sixth sense or my empathic ability maybe 2 or 3 times. And I'm saying 3 because there may be something I forgot and can't remember at this particular time. But it's not often that things get past my empathic ability or my sixth sense. That don't happen often. So that's my little bird story. But birds, butterflies. There was this red robin that would come and sit on a branch right outside my bedroom window when I would be working every day for like a couple weeks. Now I haven't seen this bird in a while, but to me that's a message. I need to hear something. I need to know something. So definitely birds, butterflies, dragonflies, and like I said, the wind talks, especially when it's blowing pretty fiercely. It's not that it's angry or anything, but it definitely has something to say. So that's my little experience.
All right. So for me, um, and I want to start off with saying that everybody connects with nature, the environment differently. And so, we all have to find our special connection and how we communicate or how the universe is communicating with us. But of course, we're sharing what our experiences are with other people, just so can maybe open up your awareness, or if you're already aware, be able to relate. So, and if you want, share your story with us, please. We love it. Leave it in the comments, let us know your stories. And so for me, it's trees, birds, and butterflies are like the main ones in connecting to nature. And then I'll say in terms of universally, it's numbers. I'm always seeing signs through numbers. So I'll start with birds and butterflies first, since that's where you left off. I'll begin the story there. I'm a storyteller, so I'm like connecting there. So I'll start with that story. So butterflies have always been something that my mother, when she was alive, that was what she loved. She loved butterflies. So it became something that I became very sensitive to. Anytime I would see butterflies, even when she was alive, I would always think about my mom, because that was something she always talked about, was butterflies, butterflies. So when my mother passed away and butterflies would, come around, I would say, oh, my mom's energy is here. And I would think of my mom, and I was always have a really happy thought process about the butterfly. So that's one of the ways in which I connect with my mom, is when I see butterflies. What my mom's spirit is when I see butterflies. And then for me with hummingbirds. Hummingbirds is my dad. So my dad is also deceased. And so when I see hummingbirds, and I don't know why that originally came to me, because it's not like my dad had an affinity for hummingbirds, but anytime I would see them, I would just think about my dad. And so I was like, okay, so we got the butterflies representing my mom, and we have the hummingbirds representing my dad. So those are the ways that I specifically connect to their energies. I mean, I connect with them a whole bunch of other ways. Best believe they showing up all the time.
Yes,
but that's one of the ways. And then moving into numbers. Numbers is a way that I connect with both my parents' spirits. I always see their birthdays and the times throughout the day. And one of my grandmothers is deceased, and so I see her birthday also throughout the day. So when I see their numbers pop up, I just be like, hey mom, hey dad, hey grandma. Nothing fantastic. I just acknowledge the fact that I see it. And I think it's really important for people to acknowledge these experiences where we think that it sounds strange or, crazy or not normal, only because we're not taught that these things are normal, because it really is normal.
It really is. It's very normal. It's very normal.
We believe that only the things that we're taught in school are the things that are factual and true, but there are so many other layers to life that we're not taught in school that is also true, and in my opinion, more true than the things that we learn in the elementary, high school, college experiences. I think those are things just to help us with functioning in the world and getting employment. It's not necessarily connecting us to the bigger aspects of life. And then also when I see numbers, I look at numbers and I look them up, and then I see that they have specific meanings that are giving me guidance to direction to take in my life, or helping me understand things better. And then finally for me, trees. I talk about how I love plants all the time. If you've ever listened to a video, I've probably mentioned it at least once every single time. But it's really trees that I really love. If I could have trees in my house, that would make
a tree house. A tree made into a house for you.
I want to live in a tree house. Like, man, if I lived in a tree house, you wouldn't be able to tell me, okay? Let me live in a tree house. I ain't never talking to none of y'all again, because I'm too good to talk to y'all. I live in a tree house.
See that? And I gotta go climb a tree to go see her.
I'll be so like, upset. I can't handle company.
I'd be so upset.
I can't handle company.
I'd be so upset. I'd be mad with every step I take. Every step.
Every little step I take.
Everyone. I'd be so mad.
I love trees. And how you talk about the wind speaks to you, I feel like trees speak to me. Now, I'm not necessarily like a tree hugger, even though my god brother would be like, oh gosh, she's a tree hugger. But I don't actually physically hug trees. And not because I have any reason not to hug them. It's just that I don't. But when I see them, like I'm looking outside of the tree, I'm so thankful that I can look outside of the tree. I feel like they send messages and they move around, and I feel like they're talking and dancing. And I'm like, they're, because, well, first off, they are alive, but I just feel like they have their own unique personalities. Like, it's not just, oh, look at the trees. No, they're like a collection of individuals that, we see. And like I said, they give me messages, they talk to me, I'm looking at them, I'm seeing different maybe symbols that they are representing. I look at them and I'm like, oh, that's a female tree. Oh, that's a male tree. And whatever is happening in that moment, I just like, there's a communication that is taking place. And so for me to have the plants in my house, I feel like I'm taking care of some of their family members. So like I said, I guess I could start growing a tree up in my house if I wanted to, but instead of having a tree, I decide to take care of their other relatives to show my appreciation for them being here. So that's kind of my thing.
When you talk about trees and being so connected, if you think about it, when people say, I want to connect more to my roots, the trees are deeply rooted, and they are connected to your ancestors, or they are connected to whoever you put in the ground. The trees are that deeply rooted. And so it makes sense that you would get messages, because if your people can't get to you, through another means of communication, then the trees is the next best option. I mean, it only makes sense. And so, circling back to birds, actually, real quick.
Which live in trees.
Which live in trees. The day when I found out my older sister passed away, I flew out and I had to go deal with all of that and the emotions and blah, blah, blah. And then I came back out to Arizona, and I remember being so sad and so confused and so upset, because I was like, I don't understand what's happening. And went to sleep. And I usually get up early, but that morning I was like, I'm not getting up. But I heard this little pecking sound on my window in Arizona. And I had a nice house. And we had upstairs, we had downstairs, 2 flights of stairs, and all the rooms were upstairs. And so this bird, I look over and I hear like this pecking noise, and I look over and it's a bird pecking on my window.
Hey, girl. Hey,
pecking. It is. I've lived in my house for a long time. It never does that. There's never an animal or a wild animal. We don't have really wild animals out there in Arizona.
Yes, we do have wild animals.
We don't have the squirrels.
We don't have. So, there's a different type of wild.
Wild animal out there, but we don't have the squirrels. But
she always calls birds wild animals.
Right. But a bird was pecking on my window and just kept pecking and pecking on my window. And I was like, what the hell is going on? And I think I even posted it on Facebook that there was a bird pecking outside of my window, and it never taps on my window. Never. I've been there for years. There's no birds or animals that's tapping on my window. And one of my cousins was like, well, that's your sister. I was like, well, that makes sense, because I don't like birds and I don't do birds, and what better way to get my attention? And so you definitely are getting messages from your loved ones, and they use the earth to help deliver those messages. Why not touch a root of a tree to get you to get an understanding of what it is that you need to do in your life, or where you need to turn, or just that it's okay to be where you currently are right now in life. Now, you want to probably move forward. You probably want to change some things, and that's okay too. But it's okay to be you in this space, meaning that it's okay to have feelings. It's okay to be sad. It's okay to be upset. And so, as you were talking about all your connections and things like that, a thought came to mind, girl. I'm so upset about it. A thought came to mind.
When we were in our other conversation, a thought came to mind. So what is this thought? I can't wait to hear it.
So I've said before that my challenge is connecting with people. Like I have a challenge with that because there's a lot of emotions and there's a lot of feelings there. And so the thought that came to my mind is the connecting with people. And so as an empath, it becomes a challenge for me to connect with people because I feel and I smell whatever your issues are. And it doesn't matter if you tell me them or not. I know my stuff. Like I know my shit. I'm just being plain and honest. And so now I've ignored some things because I'm like, I can do it, I can do it. But then I got slapped real
And she
hard.
need a whooping. She need a whooping for that. That's what she get because she know better. Because when you know what you know, you cannot.
You cannot.
You do not get a chance to bypass and say, well, I'm not gonna listen to that information. It's gonna smack you. And so that's
It
what
does.
I'm not even
Yeah.
gonna, that's what you get.
So yes, I get spiritual whoopings. I don't even get physical whoopings anymore. I get spiritual whoopings. And so when I don't do what I'm instructed to do or what I know I'm supposed to do, it hurts like real bad. And I'm like, okay, I got it. I'm not gonna do it again, and I'm gonna be cool and blah blah blah. But yeah, I get spiritual whoopings, and I want to be like quote unquote regular, but I can't because I know being an empath, a real empath, you know what it is. Like you
I
understand.
like how you said a real impact. Dig, dig, burn, burn. Okay, go ahead.
Well, you know. And so it's more than like you're not reading body language. That's not being an empath. You're not reading body language. It's understanding another person's feelings without getting involved in the feeling or calling it out, and also understanding the decision behind the feeling. That's the best way I can describe it, at least from my perspective. You have to understand the choice behind the feeling that the person is currently feeling at this moment. And so, or even at in a moment where they tell you something that's happened to them, and you don't need to give them advice unless they ask. At least I try not to, unless people ask me, Stephany, can I have some advice? And I'm like, well, disclaimer, are you sure? That's number one. And so if they're like, yeah, okay, disclaimer over, I'm going to give it to you raw. I'm not even going to sugarcoat it because life doesn't sugarcoat it. So there's no need for me to even sugarcoat it. I'm just going to tell you flat out how it is, what it is. Now, we do have human experiences. And just recently I realized that I was a human. And sometimes I forget, like, because I. Because I play over in the subconscious life or in the subconscious area so much that I forget that I do still have to have human experiences. And so when I have those human experiences, and I was talking to Cicely the other day about it, I was like, I had a human experience. And she was like, yeah, you did. And I was like, I know. And she was like, yeah, you're human. And I was like, what? Me? What? Like, it's weird. So I don't need to, you don't have to read my body language. And if you are an empath and you can read me, good luck. Because you cannot read me unless I allow you to. You cannot read me unless I allow you to. And as a Cancer, being around all this water is like everything for me just like increased. And I love it. That's another way that I also connect and receive my messages is around water. And I'm a crab. Now I'm in some water, and I was a crab in the desert. Now I'm a crab around a whole bunch of water. And there's a lot of spiritual vibes, a lot of spiritual messages, and it's Halloween season on top of that. So there's a lot of things that's happening. We just got done with the hunter's moon that was in Aries. So y'all might have felt a little bit of power. Yeah, woo, woo, woo. Y'all might have felt a little bit of power and tried to burn something down. Don't burn anything down. Don't do it. If you're not an Aries, uncontrolled fire is not cool. Don't do it. Don't be a forest fire person. So being around a bunch of water, look, being around a bunch of water helps me connect even more so with the universe and even more so with the environment because I'm getting, like, I have a full conversation, especially if it's at night. There's a moon, there's the stars, there's some water. I got a whole conversation going in my head, or either I'm just speaking out loud. And no, I'm not crazy, despite what Ciara says it may look like. I just have a conversation and I get messages on what it is that I need to do moving forward, or what's going to happen 3 months from now, which I already know what's going to happen 3 months from now. And FYI, people, there's another Mercury retrograde coming, so please be careful. That Mercury retrograde is no joke, and we had 3 this year.
We had 3 this year. I mean, we have them on average 3 or so every year. Next year is going to be 4 of them. The next one that pops out is in January. Now, for me, I'm learning more and more about Mercury retrograde. I've heard a lot about it in the past, and that's kind of like probably since I've lived here. And when I tell you, Phoenix is definitely a spiritual center.
Yes.
I mean, a lot of places, are, but this is a high spiritual center.
Mm-hmm.
And I've learned a lot about it. And the most recent thing we learned was that there's a pre-retrograde, a retrograde, and then a post-retrograde. And we're actually in a post-retrograde right now until I think it's November the 2nd. And so it makes sense that there's a pre, a post, and a pre, an actual, and a post. I was talking to my admin the other day about it, because everything is about a trilogy. If you look at any religion, there's always a trilogy of something, the Father, the Son, the Holy Ghost. In Hindu, I can't remember the 3, but it's like, and I can't pronounce them at this moment in time, but it's like Shiva, Brahman, something, whatever.
Oh, yeah.
But there's always a 3, and in life, there's a beginning, a middle, an end. So, and even as deep as I was telling her this. So if you're a coder, when you're doing coding, there's, you operate with 1s and 2s in coding. And then there's this unspoken 0. Mm-hmm. And even when we count our numbers, we always start with the number 1. We always, for whatever reason, ignore 0 being the first number. 0 is the first number, but we always say 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. But so even in, everything is missing this 0. So we talk about 1s and 2s, but there's a 0, 1, and 2. So that's 3. So we have there's always a 3 for things. So
I mean, there's the sun, the moon, and the stars.
Sun, the moon, and the stars. So we have 1 is always, let's say if we're talking about in individuals, 2 comes together. So 1 and 1, 2 come together. And even like with having children, you have 1 plus 1, and then 3 comes out. There's always 3.
Yes. So in the comments, hi Tiffany Jones. She says she's agreed with us. She's learning stuff in life that she didn't get to learn in school. And
we think that education is everything. It's not. There's other schools clearly that we need to be attending that we don't get access to.
Right. And life is going to be your best teacher. Life is going to teach you things about yourself you didn't know, things about yourself that you did know that you should be changing, or you choose not to, because it's all a choice. It's all about perception and perspective. How you choose to see something and how you choose to receive a message is up to you. Now, I often see a lot of people that take in those messages from nature incorrectly. Do not be fooled into thinking that somebody told you from the sky that it's okay to move forward with the stupid ass shit you finna do. Stop.
Stop. Look, are you speaking from experience?
Ouch. Ugh. So,
Burn.
yeah, look, you see the Aries stuff, burn indeed. And isn't this like an air sign right now? There's some air stuff.
Well, the sun is in, it's not even in Libra anymore. It's what? It's Scorpio season. Sting.
Sting.
The moon was in Aries because it's the opposite sign of Libra. But yeah, shouts out Scorpios in the
business. The Scorpios. That's the other half. I call them the icebergs of the water signs because you see them on top, but underneath that water, they're so deep. And they can go as deep as like a Cancer or a Pisces into the feelings, but they choose not to because they know what it is over there. But don't cross them. Oh, it's ugly. Do not cross them Scorpios. It is very ugly when you get on their bad side. And they keep coming. And they come for you at your weakest point. They don't come, and not to say that they're afraid to come into it their strongest, because they never scared. They bone crusher. They never scared. But they want to get you while you down because they have a point to prove. Do not cross them Scorpios. I'm glad that they like my distant cousin or my stepbrother. Maybe they the redheaded stepchild. Maybe.
I've in researching, because again, we do a lot of zodiac research, and Scorpios are actually also ruled by Mars. So Aries is ruled by Mars, and so is Scorpio. And so I, kind of consider them like they're my sister sign. And so while I'm burning, they stinging, and so we're like, let's cause all type of pain, let's just do this.
And the baby Scorpios are worse than the mother Scorpios or the adult Scorpios, because the baby Scorpios don't even know how venomous they are. They don't know their own power. So the young Scorpios, and you get them upset, just move, just apologize and move forward. I just
thought about this. So, you have lived in Phoenix. I still live in Phoenix, and thinking about the fact that it's really hot here. So that's, hot heat. I'll equate that to, fire, hot heat. But then we have scorpions here. And I'm from Chicago. Like, I'm not thinking about a scorpion. I mean, I'm from the city of Chicago. So, we may think about rats, dogs, stuff like that. Scorpions, no. And I want to say knock on wood, and let me keep knocking on wood. I have never, NEVER, seen a scorpion. Please let that keep taking place. But it's been times I've gone to work and people are like, I'm like, what happened to you? Why are you late today? Oh yeah, I got stung by a scorpion. And I'm like, oh my God, you need to be in the hospital. What? Jesus, why are you even here? Let me get stung by something. I'm probably, nope, I can't come to work.
Fall out and everything. It's a whole dramatic scene.
A month. But I just, find that interesting nature-wise, how those elements are in this one space, as we're talking about that. So just pay attention to your environment. You'll see things like, well, isn't that just interesting and fascinating?
But don't take those signs as the go-ahead or the green light to move forward with the dumb shit you're finna do. That's not what that sign is about. And when I say that, let me break it down.
Break it down, girl, so it can forever be broken.
Let me break this down. When I say that, that means don't trick yourself into mentally thinking that what you're doing is right, because you have an inner voice that's telling you, girl, stop it, don't do it. You have an inner, mine is a little different because my inner voice, we cuss. So don't do it. If your inner voice is telling you not to do it, then don't do it. And just because the surroundings may look like it's okay, and you get this one sign, the wind come and blow a whisper into you and say, yes, this is it. It was talking to the inner voice, like, yes, it was it. Use your inner voice. Listen to your inner voice, not the decision you finna make that's going to put you down a path that you was not intending on going, because you didn't listen to your first mind or your first voice or yourself, period. So don't use that sign as a confirmation for you to move forward with the stupid shit you're about to do, because you will regret it. You will be hurt behind it. And now you got to come back and you got to deal with the shit all over again because you didn't learn your lesson.
It's a lesson to
you didn't learn your lesson. So it's coming back. It always comes back because that's how life works. Life gives you the same lessons in different forms and in various stages because the universe has to see that you've learned from your lesson. And if you didn't learn, then you're going to make the same mistakes. And then you're going to be sitting here thinking and talking to yourself like, why is this happening to me? Like, I'm such a good person.
Please, I wish somebody would pay me for every time I heard somebody say I'm such a good person. And I'm like, but are you really? But are you?
Please.
I mean, we all have good aspects of ourselves and we all have negative aspects of ourselves. So, we do too much claiming only the good. We are complex, multifaceted people. Let's just, we are people. We make mistakes. We do things that can be helpful. We do things that can be hurtful. Own them. Own all of them. It's who
own
you
your
are.
shit.
And it's good. That's good. Owning all parts of yourself.
And when you own all parts of yourself, there's nothing nobody can do or take from you.
Yeah.
There's nothing nobody can take from you once you decide to own every aspect of yourself, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Nobody can take it from you. And nobody can hurt you unless you allow them to do so. Unless you give them power over you. You give them power over you, then if you give me some power over you, a couple years back, I'd have probably hurt your feelings. At this point, I'm gonna give you your power back because I don't even want that responsibility.
I was about to say, because it's a responsibility when people give you power. I don't like people giving me their power because I'm not here to be your mama. I'm quick to tell people I am not here to be your mother. That is not the commitment I signed up for. If you look for a mama or a mother figure, I ain't the person. You need to go somewhere else. Now, there's a person or two that have, bullied me into a parental role with them. I'm not gonna name no names on here today. If she was watching, I'd shout her out. But there's a couple of people that bullied me into that role, and I was like, okay, that's cool. I can do that. But for the most part, the answer is no. I will coach you and guide you, and that's only for a small amount of time. And then there's some people I refuse to even do that for, because I'm like, you don't deserve to have my coaching or my guidance, because, and I know that sounds crazy as a coach. I know y'all like, dang, how you just gonna say that as a coach? I said it because at the end of the day, I don't have to take on people's stuff because it is a lot of work to help and support people and be their support system. And when I find people that are extremely challenging and resisting or feel entitled to my energy, then I will let you know, no, I'm sorry. No, you're not. And, there's some people think because they have a position in your life, or, even if they're paying you to do something, that they can mistreat you or, or
treat you any kind of way or manipulate you. The mind games, I got a personal problem with the mind games. You play mind games with me, I might forget I'm a spiritual coach for a second. So I don't do the mind thing. I'm
gonna coach you a different way. Let me give you another kind of coach.
We're gonna play on my side of the field. So and with great power comes great responsibility. So I don't want somebody else's power over them because I don't want that responsibility. It's a lot to deal with me. Like all this emotion and all this water, it's a lot to maintain and keep levees in place over here. It's a lot. We've been doing a lot of work. I'm looking at the comments, and Tiffany says mine's the shadows. So let me ask you, Tiffany, in the shadows, whenever you are moving about and doing your thing, shadows, is that where you get your messages from?
Ooh, in the shadows. That's
That
interesting.
that is very interesting.
Fascinating. I like that. It's always interesting where people are. So that's a question for people. Where are you getting, how are you communicating with nature, the environment? Like what is that path for you? So that would definitely be an interesting thing to find out from people.
Yes, that's a great question. Because, and then also, are you sure you're really receiving them? Are you really paying attention? Because people ask for signs all the time. But see, the thing about,
my God, I love that you bring that up, because people always say, please just give me a sign. And I know like there's, I don't know what it's a parable or something like that. I'm going to call it a story because I can't remember what all these little, things are, but where, the guy is out in the sea and stranded, and asks for God to, send somebody to help. And then, and I know I'm probably going to get this all the way wrong, but bear with me. It's still the same story. Deal with it. So, he sends, let's say, a boat to come and help. And he's like, no, God is coming to save me and help me. And, and then they send like a helicopter to come, and no, God is, coming to help me. And, after a while, it's like, God
sent Noah to pull up on you with the boat. He also sent somebody with a helicopter to come get you, and you still saying no. So back to the question real quick about how people receive their messages. Tiffany says yes, the shadows is how she received her messages. I bet that's interesting.
Story, girl, tell us. Give us a story. Tell us real quick.
Give us a story.
I know we only got 13 minutes, but that's okay, girl. Type us something.
We're gonna keep going, but I want to hear about how you get your. That is very interesting. I've never heard anyone say they get their messages.
That's okay. That's Stephany friend. So Stephany gonna find out for us, girl. That's what
I'm gonna find out.
Stephany gonna talk to you, girl. But tell us a little something right now.
I am. So when you talk about signs and people are asking for signs are never going to come in a form in which you are familiar with, because they are designed to grab your attention. They are designed to get your attention and hold your attention, to actually have you do some self-reflection on what it is that you really want, because you have to be careful for what you ask for. You will always get what you ask for, whether you verbally said it or not. You will always
be prepared to receive it. Just,
that's it. If you want something, you will get it. But if you're not ready to receive it, it's going to go over to the next person, or it's going to come in a manner in which it's uncomfortable, because
all the time, because it needs you to move. It needs you to make change. And that's the thing. So, we say we want to sign for something, right? Okay.
Right.
But unfortunately, most of the people that I've come in contact with in my life or observed in life, because I observe people all the time, people are very uncomfortable with change. And so you can't ask for a sign without expecting to make a change.
Right.
And, I need a sign about this person. I need a sign about this job. I need a sign if I should move forward, if I should go backward, if I should, jump over a cliff. And the thing is, you're going to have to do something different. And like you said, uncomfortable in your life for that change, to make a change, to move in the direction of the sign that is showing you.
Right. You can't sit up and say, well, God and them, all the people up there, I need you to come and bring this person into my life. And you on games, or you on bull, or you haven't done the work yourself to heal, to receive that person. So you're no good for that person, and vice versa. Like, you have to also, as a person walking into somebody's space, you have to be prepared for what it is that you ask for, because you're going to walk in or you're going to walk out. Either way it goes, you're going to move. But be prepared for what it is that you ask for. You will always always get what you asked for. It may not seem like it because it wasn't what you wanted. Be specific. Don't sit up and say, I want a green car and then get upset when you get like a golf cart that's green. I mean,
you said a golf cart.
That's technically
even worse, a little bitty matchbox green car. You like,
right. I mean, technically speaking, from a legal standpoint, a golf cart is a motorized vehicle. So you cannot say you want a green car and you get upset that you get like a little Toyota or something. Like, you should have been specific. I want a 2019 green Dodge Ram. That's specific, but don't say I just
made for my size.
Right.
That works.
Don't say you want a green car. You get upset with the.
Look, and me, I'm gonna be like, I'm fully paid for already. With
right, like you got wheels. You got wheels. You're moving. So be thankful. Be happy. But you have to be specific about the things that you want, and you have to be specific and honest with yourself about where you are currently in your space, so you can receive those things that you want. Because what is meant for you will be for you. Now, you may have some things in between the meant part and be for you part that is a little shaky or a little hilarious or even troubling. But you have to grow. Otherwise, you're going to remain stagnant and stale, and the same things are going to keep happening to you over and over and over, no matter who you meet in your space.
Yeah.
No matter if it's your friends, it don't matter who you meet in your space.
H-A-N-G-E.
It doesn't matter. You will continue to experience the same negative or challenging experiences that you face in your life, no matter who you meet, because you have chosen to not change. And so be okay with that. Honestly, you got to be okay with where you are. You have to be honest with where you are and who you are, because who you are defines what you will be and what you will do.
Our friend Tiffany say something yet?
Let me look. Let me see what our friends say. I got to find out about this shadow stuff. This shadow stuff.
Right, because this is a really interesting.
I don't see anything new.
Okay, that's okay. That's okay. We gonna unfortunate audience, y'all not gonna get nothing today, but we gonna find out. We gonna call Tiffany, girl, what's up? And maybe she's typing.
Wait, I'm sorry. She said she had one shadow tell her about her husband's aunt. That's interesting. And so Tiff and her husband has been together as long as I've known them. Like they are goals. So I'm gonna put that out there. They are.
How long they been together?
Tiffany,
just tell us, because
right. I gotta right. Like, that's not my strong suit. I'm in law school.
Just tell us, Tiffany, girl, please.
They have been together for as long as I've known them. So I think I met Tiffany when I was 16 or 17, maybe 15 or 16. So they've been together that long. And I'm 33.
Girl.
So they've been together that long. And then some. And they are some beautiful people. Oh, sorry. They are some beautiful people and really down to earth people. So I'm sad that I'm missing all the little events that's happening there too. I'm sad I'm missing it. But yes, in terms of connecting, listen for the signs, look for the signs, because the answers will be revealed to you, and be specific about what you want, who you want, when you want it, and why you want it, because there's a purpose behind the madness. And if you are just vague about what it is that you want, you'll get vague answers. I mean, the answers will be specific, but you'll get vague signs. So, but they're there. So just pay attention to them. If you asking for a sign, you will get a sign. And sometimes the signs come through people. They don't necessarily have to come through a tree. Nature, because people, right? Because people are also a part of nature.
We are right. I mean, yes, always and
forever. Sometimes it's people that tell you things that you need to know. I had a person that told me something about myself last night that was interesting. Never met the person before in my life. Never even seen him. I can tell that he's had a very exciting life. I can definitely tell that. But he said something to me that was just, and I meant to tell you about it, Ciara, but then we had to get on live, right?
This damn live always messing up our conversations. No.
The juicy conversations. But he did tell me something about myself that was very, very interesting and something that I haven't said out loud at all, really, in many, many years. So people will, the spirit and other things will work through people to get a message to you.
Because we're all connected. And that's the bottom line here. That's why we're, just bringing awareness to the fact that we are all connected to one another. We're connected to nature. But we need to pay attention and be aware that that's what it is. So it's 11:55. I'm gonna be aware of that too right now, that it's 11:55. Right. And I want to say, as always, thank everybody for joining us and, participating with us. It's always a lot of fun to, have these different topics. We always are looking for people to, give us topic ideas, because we want to be able to also talk about the things that you all are interested in. And next Saturday is the Saturday before Halloween, because Halloween is on the 31st. And, some of us are going to be dressed up on here next weekend. And so that'll be a lot of fun. So come check out our costumes and, guess who we are. And let's see, last week Stephany did it. So I'm gonna go ahead and say how you all can connect with us, because we're all connected. So connect with us through YouTube, through Facebook, our page and our group, through our Instagram, come through our website, sign up for our newsletter. We provide 15-minute free coaching consultations for everybody. Check us out on Spotify. We are also on Apple Podcasts. So we check us out on there. Oh, something we said that we wanted to say this week.
That's right.
Our podcast is thank you to the global audience that is supporting us. So we have people seeing us or listening to us on our podcast from Australia, from what's some other places?
Australia, Brazil, is the UK? I think the UK is out there too.
Let me see if I can look at it real quick.
Yeah, so all of our global people, thank you so much for listening to us. And if you guys have any topics that you guys want us to discuss or talk about, please reach out to us. Like she said,
Germany, Canada, Haiti, South Africa. Let's see, Colombia, Kenya. Thank you all so much.
That is so wonderful. So thank you guys.
We have had a surge of increase of people listening to us. I think it was last week we had 270 something more listeners to our podcast. So shouts out to you all. Thank you.
Yes, thank you guys so much. It really helps, because we don't have a lot of people that actually come on the Facebook page and actually join us a lot all the time, but we still show up consistent, because this is what we have chosen to do with our space and our time. And this is what we want to do. We enjoy doing it.
We're going to be moving we're actually soon moving from our live space on Facebook to our live space on YouTube. And we may find there's a platform I'm looking at that allows us to stream live on all of them simultaneously. So we may be able to do them all simultaneously, but we definitely want to start doing lives with YouTube. So
yes, and we got to be able to reach our people out there globally in a different country. So being on YouTube, and you guys can be able to comment and join in on the conversation with us on a global scale, that's awesome. So shouts out to all of you. Thank you so much for listening to us. And I can't wait for this to even move over to the other platform. It's going to be awesome anyway. Tiffany said they've been together 17 years. So shouts out to Tiffany and Chino, 17 years. So All right, we are at time, so I'm not giving the cootie free kisses, so I'm not doing that. But
I'll give him out.
There you go. There you go.
Cootie
But
free
we do
kisses.
send you love and abundance, and as always, namaste.
Namaste.